Turn the page. Roses bloom where the old road bends. Petals fall where the story ends. Forces rise in the morning light, pushing my heart through the endless night. A golden key in my trembling hand unlocks the truth where the cosmos stand. Scrolls of starlight, they call my name, singing rise up, it's time to change. Turn the page, let the fire ignite through the Akashic glow where the soul takes flight. Roses and keys, scrolls of truth in my hands. With the force of forever, I'll dance where I stand. Turn the page, turn the page. The Akashic vault, it's a radiant stream. Scrolls unfurl in a cosmic dream. Every life I've lived, every star I've chased, written in light, no moments erased. Roses red for the love I've known. Forces wild where my heart has grown. Keys to wisdom, they turn in time, unlocking the secrets of this soul of mine. Turn the page, let the fire ignite through the Akashic glow where the soul takes flight. Roses and keys, scrolls of truth in my hands. With the force of forever, I'll dance where I stand. Turn the page, turn the page. Hold the rose, feel the thorns and the flame. Forces surging, they calling my name. Keys in my pocket, scrolls in the sky. I'm writing my story where the heavens fly. The veil is lifting, the truth's in view. The Akashic light is shining through. With every heartbeat I break the chains, dancing with stars as I turn the page. Turn the page, turn the page, let the fire ignite through the Akashic glow where the soul takes flight. Roses and keys, scrolls of truth in my hands. With the force of forever, I'll dance where I stand. Turn the page, turn the page, turn the page.
Turn the page. All right. Hope you guys are enjoying that song out there. Hello, everyone. My name is Janine, and obviously the channel is called Turn the Page. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit. And I'm on here really, really late. And yay, AO is in here. So good to see you. She says later is better for her. And she was the first one to pop in here. We're going to talk a little bit more, kind of like a part 2 to relationships. But now we're really going to talk about love. And I mentioned radar love. And first of all, I want to say thank you for all the new people that have been following me. I've got some new analysis that came out, and I was so pleasantly surprised. And I just wanted to say welcome aboard to all you guys. Please share, subscribe, so that you don't miss any information. And I do free readings, and we're going to get around to doing some of them today. So with that said, anybody out on Rumble, if you're watching, all you have to do is say pick me. Anyone on the 2 YouTube channels, all you have to do is say pick me. But we're going to talk a little bit while more people jump on board here. And I also want to send a very heartfelt message out to one of my moderators out there that happened to lose a very special person in her life yesterday, and my condolences goes out to you and all of your family members. And it's always, when we lose something, it's always a shift for us to change. And I know that there's going to be a lot more changes going on with her. So I just wanted to say that out to her. I don't want to say her name unless she didn't ask me to do this, but I'm just doing it because I'm sending her love and mercy on the soul of the person that she lost. And we'll just leave it at that. So anybody else out there too, that if you're needing a little bit of help, a little booster, I'm here to help you guys with this. And so one of the first things that I do want to talk to you guys about is a song called From Golden Earring. And AO actually was the one that looked it up. It's called Radar Love. And I think it goes all the way back to the 70s. They were huge in the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Germany, and Spain. This is going way in the Wayback Machine. Okay, why did I bring this up? I'm going to talk a little bit about the lyrics. I'm going to see if any other people want to jump in here. You have every opportunity to ask me any questions. And then after I get done explaining to you about Radar Love, the vibration and the frequency, and how that song came about in the 70s, and we're gonna dive into that right now. So the lyrics that goes to this is, I've been driving all night, my hands wet on the wheel. There's a voice in my head that drives. I look over to the side because I'm reading it because I don't memorize these. So it says, there's a voice in my head that drives my heels. It's my baby calling. Says, I need you here. And it's 4:30 and I'm shifting gears. When she says I'm lonely and longing to get too much, she sends a cable coming in from above. What does that mean? That's the first part of the song. It says, don't need no phones at all. That's the first part of the song and how it starts out. Well, obviously, these are talking about when you love somebody and you have a longing for them. It's almost as if you know that, and a lot of people talk about this all the time. I was just thinking of you. Or, oh my God, I was just about to call you, right? That's what that is. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about this song in the next part that I have here for you. I'm going to go through the lyrics a little bit more. So you guys really get a good reason why I chose Radar Love. And then the second part is I've got a thing that's called Radar Love. I've got a wave in the ear, Radar Love. The radio is playing some forgotten song. Brenda Lee coming on strong. So that's basically what he was listening to on the radio. But what he's basically saying is he's picking up the vibration and the frequency and the love from this girl that is basically yearning and missing him, right? Do we do this every single day? You have these thoughts, these attentions are coming on so strong. And we're going to talk about when they're bad and when they're good. We're going to get to that in a minute, though. Let me continue here. The road has got me hypnotized and I'm speeding into a new sunrise. When I get lonely and I'm sure I've had enough, she sends her comfort coming in from above. Again, he's basically channeling this information, right? He's picking up her vibration that she's putting out there. And so this was written in the 70s. And I think of people back in the 70s in the time, I think they really understood a lot more about energy and frequency, and then we lost it somewhere along the line. All right, so it goes on to say here, okay, it says, we don't need no letters at all. We've got a thing that's called Radar Love, and we've got a light in the sky, Radar Love. No more speed, I'm almost there. Gotta keep cool now, gotta take care. Last car to pass, here I go. And then the line, and it says, and the lines in the cars drove down the street real slow, and the radio played that forgotten song, Brenda Lee coming in strong. That was the song. And the newsman sang the same old song, oh, one more radar lover gone. When I get lonely and I'm sure I've had enough, she sends her comfort coming in from above. We don't need no letters at all. We've got this thing called Radar Love. And it repeats after that. I love that tune. I love that song. And if you guys have heard it before, you will know in your head. You might not be able to get that song out of your head, but it's just called, I would play it, but it's a copyright and I don't want to get dinged for that. I've got enough of those out of my little short clips out there. It says, we've got a little thing that's called Radar Love. We got a little thing that's called Radar Love. I'm going to play a very short part of it, and then I'm going to have to cut it like within 9 seconds. I hope you guys can pick this up. Let me turn this all the way up so you get where it's coming from. And apparently it's not going to let me do that. All right, these used to be free. All right, but you guys got the idea of it, right? So that was from Golden Earring. You can look it up if you want to hear it. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. It makes a lot more sense than some of the songs I hear out there. But it's not to say that the kids today don't understand that, but they do. They truly do. When I say kids, right? And this is really who I'm talking to, the audience of, if you've been struggling with, love, not understanding what's going on. Well, let's just kind of talk a little bit more about this. So imagine Radar Love is an invisible signal beaming in it's beaming in from your heart. It's like the vibes from the Golden Earring song that the information I just gave you. So it's where the driver feels an unbreakable pull towards the lover across miles and miles of the highway, right? Now, you flip it to the law of attraction. We're going to talk a little bit about the law of attraction, where people seem to understand that. You believe your beliefs about love and your frequencies that you broadcast. What are your beliefs in frequencies? And if you're not really sure and you've been struggling, try to understand yourself. Janine will help you out with that. I'm going to tap into your beliefs, and I'm going to do the best that I can with you guys tonight. And we're going to truly believe that love is abundant and support. If you truly believe, let me back this up again. If you truly believe that love is abundant, supportive, and magnetic, like a warm, steady signal, it tunes you into attracting partners and experiences that match that vibe. Okay. Now, like attracts like, which means that your inner radar is set to trustworthy and passionate, and you will feel that pull of those echoes of the same. You're going to basically attract the same people that have the same vibration and frequency as you do. And so you're not getting any static, if this makes any sense, or any interference from doubt or fear. You've got this down pat. You're trustworthy and you're passionate, right? It's not magic. It's alignment. That's really what this is. So shift your beliefs and watch your connections lock like radar love, finding its target. There you go. And let me just see here. What else do I have? One other thing. Well, excuse me 1 second here. My computer is not behaving the way that I want it to. Okay, so let's talk about the flip side of this, about doubt, negatives, and beliefs. And now I'm talking about all ages across the board, right? So you could be married already. You could be looking to get married. You could be like looking for, a relationship. You could be 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, right? 90s. So doubt, negative beliefs, and loves act like a glitchy radar, a signal of law of attraction. You believe deep down that love is scarce. Do you believe that? Or is it doomed to fail? Right? Or are you broadcasting a frequency of fear and lack? A lot of people will say, well, I don't even want to deal with that anymore. I'm kind of way over that, but really down deep inside, everybody wants to be loved. So the vibe attracts people and situations that mirror their beliefs. Think flaky partners, if you will, miscommunication. How many of you had a flaky partner? How many of you just could not connect on any level of miscommunication, or a relationship that feels that they are confirm your doubts? When we talk like attracts like, they're mirror reflection of who you are, and they're mirroring back to you exactly what your beliefs are. And how many of you guys get upset about that, right? And let's see here. What else do we have here? So your relationship feels like you confirm your doubts, and it's not a punishment. It's just the universe matching your signal. So if you want to put out a signal out there that is really loving, trusting, that's really good, that all the qualities that I just went through, you're going to get that back. So let's see here. You might unconsciously gravitate towards those that are emotionally unavailable. How many? Raise your hand. I can see you out there. All right. So reinforcing the cycle. To shift this, you need to retune your beliefs. And you say, how do I do that? Well, you set affirming love is steady and present, and basically your radar will begin pulling the connections that reflect the clarity instead of the static. All right, so there we go with that. Let's see here. Something else I wanted to talk about is more on the belief of frequencies here. Tuning the process and aligning to your core beliefs and your emotional energy has a lot more to do with this also. You guys have to really understand that this is a formula to shape what you attract into your life based upon the laws of attraction. Think about the belief of the radio transmitters I've been talking about, sending specific frequencies, these signals, these thoughts, these feelings, these convictions about love out there, success, and anything else. So you vibrate at a particular pitch, right? A pitch that the dog's ears can hear. All right. And so it draws the people, situations, and experience that resonate with it. If anybody has any questions or anything like that, please let me know. Let's see what we have out here. So I've got a little bit more I want to go through. Then I'm going to ask anybody that wants to do any of these readings that please just say pick me, and I'm going to check my my other YouTube channel and also Rumble. But here's how it works. We want to change the situation. We want what we've always daydreamed about. If you're one that I say is a hopeless romantic that I am, I constantly will only watch Hallmark right? Hallmark station, app, whatever, because they're all love stories. That is my gig. That's always been my thing, if you will, since I was yee high. All right. So again, here's how it works. Your beliefs are setting the frequency. So take a look, jot this down. What are your beliefs? You deeply hold the beliefs about love. What is it? An example would be, well, love is hard to find, or love flows very easy for me. And then so it's also kind of like a tuning fork or tuning dial, if you will. And then the positive belief emits a high, clear frequency. Doubt or fear creates a low, distorted one, right? It's just like anything else, right? It's various levels of frequency and what our beliefs are. And also, we have to tie in our emotions to this. Like I said, this is the formula, you guys. And so emotions are the power behind the signal. Confidence and trust. Love boosts a strong, attractive frequency, while insecurities and criticism muddle and pulling in the mismatched connection. There's a lot of people that rather criticize, or there's, people use this, I call it, it's the lowest form of sense of humor. It's just basically, sarcasm, right? If you're always sarcastic, you're putting that vibe out there. Oh boy, you really better fine tune it. Tune the signals. So to attract a better outcome, you consciously shift your beliefs. For example, if you doubt if you doubt that love is something that you can actually rely upon, you might practice affirmations. I am worthy of lasting love. Mine was, I now have a wonderful man in my life, as I talked about the other day. Or visualize a positive relationship to recalibrate your mindset. It's all that we're doing is we're refocusing, we're cutting the programming that you've had for whatever reason, okay? And so this rewires your emotional frequency over time. So this isn't something that says, all right, I just did it. I want love. They don't work that way. It's coming from all aspects, all essences of yourself. Like attracts like, the universe or life patterns respond to your frequency. A tune-up belief or abundancy, healthy love attracts a partner who reflects that. How many of you know somebody and you just adore their relationship? It's not because they got lucky. It was what they really believed down deep inside, and they aligned their connection. Okay. And let's see what else I have here for you guys. Oops, let me see here. 1 second here. Yeah. So, all right. So again, I'm just basically saying it's not something that's going to happen overnight. You got the tuning that requires self-awareness. Journaling, meditation, therapy can uncover limiting beliefs. Do you know what your beliefs are? Seriously, there's a lot of people out there that may not even know what those beliefs are. And so, that's basically, this is a practical step to getting to the point that, you can have the relationship that in your heart. We've all come in with purity and love and an essence of ourselves, but we may not have experienced it out in this world, but we still have it. We don't lose it. Okay. So just kind of going back over where I was at, if anybody's just jumping in here now, for instance, the song Radar Love, the driver's intense focus on longing creates a psychic pull towards its partner. Yes, we are all psychic. Okay, if it's doubted, she is waiting. The signal might falter. Okay, so if there's any type of a doubt in there, but that when you're in love, you know that frequency, that vibration, that level of consciousness that you're putting out there, it's so strong. You don't even have to worry about your partner or the beliefs, or you don't, basically your belief is your confidence to the openness of it, and your strength to the radar. It really is. So, so to draw the love that matches your vibe, it's less about forcing an outcome and more about aligning your inner world to broadcast the right frequency. So there you guys go. So if you're constantly in a frequency of boy, I really don't want to be in this relationship, or how am I going to break this relationship off? That's just constant. That right there, that part right there is just constant static. It's static. It's not even aligned. I don't know what other words to give to you guys, but there you go. All right, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys, a little bit about that, about this radar love. I hope that you enjoyed this. And it was so important to me. Why is it so important to me? Is because of the fact that we do need to basically really understand that everything in our world comes from this frequency and this vibration, and love is a big part of it. It really is. All right, so let's see if anybody out there is wanting to really understand themselves, just say pick me. And and let me also tell you this too, is that you are giving me permission to read your energy, and that's what I'm going to do. And I don't say anything that is terrible, that's awful, that's embarrassing. A lot of you out there here, we've got one already. Hello, it's Dolores. Hello, Dolores. Pick me, Janine, from Australia. I'm at work. Thank you. You continue to work. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to start with Dolores right away. And Dolores, thank you. I'm going to, Dolores, I think because you didn't give me a question out there, so let me just kind of continue a little bit more for anyone that is watching me out there. You could ask me a question about your love life. Let me just try to find my Rumble chat here. Just bear with me 1 second to see if there's anybody out on Rumble. I hope I'm live out on Rumble. I'm going to jump over there right now, so just bear with me for one momento. Did it go live? Oh, yeah. I always do this. I'm hoping to get some help here real soon, you guys. Let's see. Do I have anybody out there? Yeah, it looks like I've got some people out there. All right. So we always need somebody to go first. And then people will say, okay, Janine's not that bad. She's not going to really, tell me something that I don't want to hear. I will never do that. And I will never embarrass you. So I'm going to keep my live chat over here. If you see me going back and forth, it's because I have Rumble on one screen, and then I have YouTube right in front of me, and I have 2 channels of YouTube right in front of me. All right, so the first thing that I want to do is, Dolores, if you're listening to me, and if you can, I want to know if you have a question, or if you just want me to kind of, I prefer the question, but if you just want me to read your vibration and your frequency of your name, I can do that also. But I'm going to wait for her to come back to me and say, Dolores, are you looking for love? Are you in a relationship and you want it stronger? Or are you having problems in a relationship and you really don't want to let go of this person in your life? Those are the type of things. All right. So we've got somebody from the land down under, and I'm going to wait. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm waiting for Dolores to just come back in. Ayo, I am doing really good. She's asking how I am doing. Yes, she says, I'm still waiting for you guys. So take your time if you have a question. She says, yes, I was a kid traveling and I like that song. I remember that song. I think I was very small. Probably my older brothers listened to that music. And I couldn't think of the name, but it's funny because we carry that vibration and the frequencies and the memories with us. And so this goes way back to the 70s. I probably could have been like under 10 years of age at that time, but I remember the songs. And that's what pops up in my head when I'm talking with a lot of people on my channel throughout the years. All of a sudden a song will pop in. All right. So Dolores did respond. And let's see if anybody else has any other comments out there. About a reading here. It says, please read my vibration and frequency. Okay, we're just going to go with that and see where we get out of that. And so this is more about love, Dolores. I'm not sure that you're aware of it. That's why I did that whole thing. But yeah, so I'm hoping that you guys are going to ask a question about your relationships or a lack of a relationship and how to get into a relationship. That's where I'm going tonight with this, you guys. I just don't want to be reading you just to read you. This is a whole theme that I'm being guided to do with each and every one of you. All right, so let's just see. And you know what? I'm actually going to go with Dolores in the realms of the love and stay. And the reason why I'm doing that is I want to stay in the energies that I feel I brought in and what I'm channeling in, and so on and so forth. So here you go, Dolores. All right, so first thing that I'm getting here is a lack of light. Let me just see. Let me just try to. There we go. A little bit better. A little bit better. All right. So actually, the first thing that I'm going to say to Dolores is that she kind of feels like she never really, maybe not feels, but this is what's coming up, and I'll show you this. Your meeting. You know, sometimes people feel like they met their early on in life. They knew who they were going to marry, and they knew that it was love, and they knew from their heart of all hearts. And I kind of get right off the bat that was the first card that came up for Dolores, but it was more like, I don't think that I've really ever truly met. Some people use the word soulmate, right? And we'll talk about that in the next series of this, but that is what ever since she was a little girl, she had this vision of true love, right? And I think she picked it up when she was about, she was so young, and there was probably a neighbor or a childhood friend there that she might have had her crush. So she's kept those memories near and dear to her. So when you go looking for other relationships, sometimes we take those memories with us. But I kind of feel like at this point that what she was saying to me is, I don't think that I got my fated meeting, right? And but she has mastered herself at this time in her life, and there's no reason why she couldn't still get the messages basically, it's not the messages. There is somebody that, whether you have them in your relationship in your life right now, or because I get the Two of the Roses, and the Two of the Roses is basically telling me that two is relationships, and two obviously is what if you're in it. Let me see. Are you in it? No, she just kind of feels like she's never really met that person, and it's almost as if I want to say to her that this you kind of feel like you've been in this karmic trench, if you will. And so when I see that, I would turn around and say, Dolores, it's never too late for you to basically go and start to rewrite, put the scrolls of the energy, put them out there, put it out into the universe, what it is that you're actually looking for. And you will definitely attract what you need to attract. So to me, what this looks like, Dolores, is it all goes back to a belief system of when you were very, very small. And so, a lot of times we have this, sometimes if we have somebody that we met that touched our heart, that was near and dear. And I talked a little bit about this in one of my other shows there. It's almost as like that we have to get back into that feeling. So if you're going to sit there and you're going to meditate, you're going to journal about this, you're going to put it out to the universe, put those feelings and that love that you had at certain times in your life and recall them back again, because and if it was a good time and the relationship just went in a different direction and it was never really broken up by a bad experience, but it was just life in general, get back into that mindset, Dolores. I hope that has helped you out. All right. Let's see. Anybody else out there? AO says, AO wants one. Hey, AO. She says, okay, pick me. My constant lack of a relationship. All right. Let's see what's going on out here. All right. All right. Looks like we got a couple more. Anybody out on Rumble? I just want to see if there's anyone out on Rumble. And I'm actually going to close my Rumble chat and then open it up again, because I'm not sure that I'm actually getting it here. Let's see. There we go. All right. Let me pop this one out. It looks like I might have had a couple of them open, and that could be why. All right. I'm not seeing anybody out on Rumble. Rumble, are you awake? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So when I talk about imagining the radar love, that invisible signal beaming out from your heart, That's where I want to go for AO when she says, what was her statement there? My constant lack of relationships. Lack of relationships. So she's not out there as much is the way that I'm getting it. Please correct me if I am wrong on any of this that I'm saying to you guys right now. So her constant lack of relationships. Lack of relationships. See, they're asking me, AO, I'm going to push back on you a little bit because I think the relationships that you have had were good, but now I want to make sure I got clarity on it, is that you're not having as many relationships. Just let me know, because I'm going to go in right now and see what's going on. My constant lack of relationships. Now, don't forget, there could be, my Chicago accent versus AO's, what is she, Irish? But she lives in the Netherlands, I think. All right, let's see what we got going on here. AO. All right. Okay, so again, and with AO is that sometimes when we think that we're spiritual and other people can't measure up, AO, please take this with a lot of love and kindness. But a lot of times we tend to turn on our own spirituality when we don't, we sit there and we prepare like Buddha, and we do whatever we need to do at certain times in our life, and we're ready. We're putting the vibe out there. We're putting the radar love out there, and then all of a sudden it doesn't happen. So what do? Is we turn upside down, or we just walk away sometimes from our spirituality. And what I'm actually seeing here is that you have a lot of strong energy, AO, very powerful, and not that it would scare some people, but it might, depending on your suitors that you've been called upon. And it's almost like your spirituality with this is never really aligned. So when you say my lack of relationship, and correct me if I'm wrong, let's see here. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's already corrected me where she's from. All right, so I'm getting some of these things here. Yeah, you are a really strong person spiritually, and there's absolutely no reason why that if you were to use this day, this time, what I'm talking about, go back and replay this over again, take notes on this, and just wipe out all the static, right? Wipe it all out and just start it all over and just say, okay, I'm going to put all of this out there and I'm going to attract what I need to, because they're saying you got the two of the forces, which means you're very strong. You can be emotional, but at the same time, you need to not need to, I shouldn't say that. Let me correct this. You can attract exactly what it is that what's in your heart, or that somebody is out there. So a lot of times we feel that, okay, I've tried the dating scene. It really didn't work out that much. So I'm going to just sit back a little bit and, chill out. And when I'm ready, I'll start up again. So what happens is that we're cutting that cord. We're cutting the frequencies. We're cutting the vibrations. And so it goes dormant. And what they're saying to me is that right now, if you do this, you'll clear the way, right? You've got to start out at the foundation. You got to start at the bottom, start at the root chakra, get grounded, and rewrite what is in your heart. And because what I'm seeing here is that maybe you were settling for men that weren't as spiritual as you were, and it was really hard relationship. Let me know how I did, AO. And let's see what else we have out here. We got anybody out on Rumble? I'm not seeing anybody out on Rumble. All right, so that's what I have right now. All right, so I did go later tonight. As most of you know, I'm all over the board. You never know when you're going to catch me, sometimes morning, noon, or night. And that's what I want to say to you is welcome, whatever part of the world that you are in. As AO is in New Zealand, down under 2. And so let's see here. Here's her response, just so you know. Anybody else out there, this is how you can gauge how Janine is actually doing. And I'm talking about myself in the third person, which I don't like doing. But if you don't know me and you're just checking in, this is what it is. I did kind of give up looking for a nice guy. Yes, thanks a lot, Janine. So all you have to do is go back in and recalibrate, do the fine tuning again, because I saw the forces that were out there. You have that you have a very powerful, strong energy about you, and as soon as you put that out there, you'll meet somebody. And it's all up to you. It's kind of like radar love. I'm driving my hands wet on the wheel. He's getting these vibes. It's coming to him. And a lot of times, what that basically means, it's not AO specific, but it's everybody that's like paying attention to me, is that there's that knowing of the unknowing of the energies. Sometimes we know, we get ourselves prepared. We are like Buddha. We go out, we get our hair cut, we get new clothes, we start feeling really good about ourselves. We start exercising, we start hitting the gym or whatever it is, and we just want to get out there. Maybe AO, that's part of what else that you have to do is kind of get out there and just basically get yourself prepared so that they can come to you, and it'll all work out really good. All right, let's see what else I had. I thought I saw somebody else. Okay, I'm going to start off Arnie, and I'm going to start off Patricia. Okay, and Arnie, I'm not sure. It says the vision. Let me put it up here. Is this, do you want a reading, Arnie? It says the vision I had with being with somebody. What do you see on this with that person? Curious. Okay, let's go. Very, very good. All right, Arnie, and then I'm going to get to Patricia, Waterman, or PW as I call her. All right, this is for anybody out there, young, old. Let me just also tell you while I'm doing this is that my algorithms that are coming in my analysis, that a lot more younger people are watching my short clips, but I don't know if they're watching the videos. So if you're new to this, welcome. And so this is for Arnie. So the vision I had with being with somebody. What do you see on this with that person? Curious. All right. All right. So the first thing that I do see is that right off the bat, it's the 8 of the Roses, very powerful. I do believe that this is somebody that if there's an 8 in there, and if you turn it sideways, it's affinity. Probably have been with this person in another lifetime, and the energy of it feels very, very good. Actually, you will be on the top of the world with this person. With this vision, I think you're saying that you had with being with somebody, it looks really, really good. And that's exactly what they're showing me, is that you have ascended to the place where you wanted to be in a relationship, and that's fantastic. The only thing is that that comes in with this one is a little bit of the ego is present there, but it's not in a negative way. It's just like, okay, we all have our ego to keep us on our up and up, or sometimes we come in with everybody has a role that they play in the beginning, right? We put on our best act, if you will. And I see that after a while with this particular individual, Arnie, is that act will just kind of go away and be able to see the true you. The ego kind of diminishes and gets behind you. It's not even a part of it anymore. And that's when you know that this person is really good for you and you're comfortable with yourself and with this other person. All right. And then the king of the scrolls comes in. So basically means that you're writing, you're out there, you're creating, you're having a lot of fun. And it's a 7 that comes in, which means it's very spiritual relationship. So that's what I'm seeing with this particular person. And you'll finally be at peace with who you are, with your relationship. And you know that you can love more than once, twice, 3 times, if you will. All right, that's what I have for you. Anybody else out there? I think PW was next. Anybody out on Rumble? I don't know if I've never seen Rumble just blatantly blah like that. Let me see. How many channels of Rumble do I have up? That could be part of my problem here. Just 1 second. I'm going to close out a lot of stuff that I have over here. And hope I'm not missing a lot of stuff that is actually happening out there. Okay. Just going to close it all out and then go back in again. All right. That looks all good. Okay. So what does PW have to say? One second. Because that's why I need somebody to help me. And I'm working on it. I'm working on recruiting somebody here to help with all this stuff. So I don't do it all. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right, so Rumble, yes, I finally got you, and all you have to do is just put in a question and say, pick me. Patricia is saying, Arnie, how was that? Just give me a heads up on that. Arnie is saying, time will tell. I was a few years out. Thank you. All right, well, just rewrite get the static cleaned up and put clarity behind it. We all need somebody at certain times of our life, and let's see here. Patricia. Hi, Janine. I'm divorced and I have dated in the past. I am very happy now by myself. I stay positive and loving and spend a lot of time with my daughter, grandkids, and friends. What do you see in my future? Wow, that's a fantastic question. If you're doing that good, and if you want a relationship, you're already halfway there. Let's see what we can do for PW. I love hearing this kind of thing. And, I see Buck is out there. Buck, would you like a reading? All right. I see Buck. Buck is out, and Buck was checking my Rumble station out there too. Thank you so much, sweetheart. All right. Let's see. I see somebody else that's out on Rumble. Thank you, Buck. I don't know what you did, but you kick-started something, and I appreciate it, sweetheart. I guess I could kind of say this now. If anybody would just send a lot of good vibrations to our one and only Ronnie. It is needed for her, and blessings to her and her family, and mercy on the soul that she lost yesterday. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do for Patricia. I love the idea that how she phrased this, and her energy is just really good. So let's see what I see for her future. All right. So the first card that actually comes up are your energy forces, right? It is for the future. And, we're moving into autumn here any time now, any minute now. And so they're giving it to me not so much I'm going to find out. I'm going to ask them if it's this autumn or if it's next autumn. But let's just take a look at this. So, let's see what we have here. There's a part of you that really doesn't want a relationship. I will say that right now you don't want the relationship because it's kind of coming up and showing me that, I think if it's showing me like right now that you are happy with who you are, just like you're saying here. But on the other hand, too, it's kind of like, it would turn your world a little bit upside down. Are you ready for that? And so your wishes will be fulfilled if you are ready for that. And sometimes, you are definitely ready for it. I can see that, but there's a little bit of that hesitation. We all say it. Women say it among their girlfriends. Oh my God, if I had to do this all over again, right? Oh my goodness. It took me 50 years to train the guy that I had. It's that kind of talk, but relationships are a lot of work. And this is what I want to kind of talk a little bit about. It's a give and take. Sometimes people have a lot of issues. Sometimes people don't have a lot of issues, but there's the power struggles. It's that kind of thing. But what I'm actually seeing, going back to the PW, is that, you definitely, you're balanced for it, if that means anything for you right now. And also, you do hold those three things very near and dear because it's the number 3 that comes up, and it could be what you're mentioning there. Your daughter, the grandkids, and their friends are very near and dear to your heart. It's almost as like you've managed how to maneuver with this lifestyle, and for you to actually go and want to build. I pulled 2 of them, but oh wow, okay. So one second here. All right. So basically what was coming up with this one here, I don't know how I got something on this card here, but they've stuck together. So Archangel Michael comes in. So if you do use the pray to Archangel Michael, there's probably one of them. It's a 9. Archangel Michael comes in and it's looking really strong for you. That whenever you're ready, that instead of going solo anymore, this spirit will bring in whatever it is that you need. And I think you should go for it, Patricia. So what is it that you would have to do for your future? You're ready right now. And so when you talk about your future, how far out are you talking about? You know, a lot of times that we say that, well, it's our wording that we say, well, I don't want a relationship right now, but what do you see down the road, right? What about now? There you go, PW. How did I do? All right. Okay. So I'm going to jump over to, it looks like, gotta get my glasses on. It's a little bit at a distance here. It's I'm just going to say Vita 1. Is that good enough? It says, pick me. What do you see for me and my daughter and granddaughter on Rumble? My daughter, okay. So this is somebody new. It almost looked like it went into 2. Excuse me, and I apologize about that. It's Vita 1 is where I'm going to go with this one here. It says, pick me. What do you see for me and my daughter and granddaughter? I'm on Rumble. Okay, so there's a loss in translation because I'm just gonna go off of the name vibration and tell you what I'm getting. How's that? All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right, so if anybody else is really interested in an extended reading, I do it for about 30 minutes, and I only go 30 minutes because that's a lot of information. You can always contact me by my email address if you like to get. If it's not for me, if it's for somebody else that may feel stuck and doesn't really understand the whole radar love, and you've tried to explain to people about vibrations and frequencies and so on and so forth. Let's see what we have here. What do you see for me and my daughter and granddaughter? Well, what I'm actually getting right off the top is changes. Changes definitely coming your way there. So it seems like you mentioned the 3 people here, and it's kind of like right now, I think that maybe one of your lives seems like everything is really kind of up in the air right now. And it's almost to the point where you're trying to figure out, where do I go next? And I'm not sensing it, that I'm sensing it more for the, it says, pick me. What do you see for my daughter and my granddaughter? I'm getting that this might be going more towards the daughter than anything. The question is, and there's definitely a very fated meeting coming up. So it looks really, really good for who's ever really, you're putting the intention behind this question, but there's a really good relationship coming up right now, and it's actually a very beautiful thing. It was meant to be, but maybe there may have been some delays along the way. But let's see what I get here. One more card. So this particular person is going to definitely be rewriting the whole lives. When you talk about me, my daughter and granddaughter, and this gentleman that's coming in, almost like I want to say almost very scholar-like, is going to be coming in. Somebody who likes to probably write a lot, probably somebody that can communicate very well, is the information that I'm actually getting, and is going to really change all 3 of the lives somehow. So that's actually what I'm getting here, and just keep one thing in mind. If I go back, there's only one thing that I would say that you might want to work on a little bit, and that just might be sometimes life, as we know, always takes a wild turn, right? And sometimes we think that we're on course, and other times, we just kind of falls away. And so what I'm just trying to say to you is that none of this is ever by mistake, and it just could have been a delay for whatever reason. The things may have been up in the air, but it's all going to come to fruition real soon. And I want to say good luck to you, Vita One, that's out there. I hope this helped you out. And if you want to, please put your comments in there. When you throw out me, my granddaughter, and my daughter, it's almost like a mixed bag of energy. So I believe I was picking up on the daughter more than anything. So, and it just seems like the family is very tight knit, and whatever it is that the daughter might be looking for, that relationship, if she's not already in it, it's very good. So there you go. Hope that was able to help you out. What else do we have out here? Yeah, let's see here. That's all about all that I have. I hope you guys are doing pretty good out there. I'm going to jump back over to, please email me if you have any questions and concerns. My email is right here. All right, so there you guys go. AO, Arnie, Buckshot, okay, Patricia's got a statement out there. It says, you did fantastic. Yes, the issue is I babysit one of my grandbabies daily because my daughter and son-in-law work. She won't put her in daycare for that year. That's why I asked about the future. You can have whatever you want and be able to balance it all. And that's what I was getting, PW, was that strong in the PW, strong in the balance. And when I get somebody that puts information out there, really good energy, and then you ask the question, it's kind of like saying, why ask for the future? Why not right now? Right. And so you could have that too. And it doesn't mean that you're going to give up anything. You have so much love to give, PW. Good luck to you. Really do mean that. All right, let's see. That's what I have so far. And thank you, Janine, from this Vita One out on Rumble. You're welcome. And let's see, what else do I have? Anybody else? I've got time. Where's my time? Coming up on the hour. Wow, time did fly. How do you guys like my new intro song? It's a rough draft of it right now, and I like it. It fits everything that I'm doing for you guys. And when I'm doing these Akashic readings, I'm seeing the roses, I'm seeing the scrolls, I'm seeing the forces, the energies, the Akashic energies. And that's what's in my song. And I just love that it all came out perfectly. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. Anybody else out there that would actually like one more reading, I have time for that. If you have any other questions on anything else, please just let me know. Arnie says, time will tell. That this was a few years out. Thank you. Okay, what else did he say? I think this was a vision that Arnie had gotten. It says, I saw it in a place that I was never at. I looked up the place, and the setting is where I saw sitting. It was pretty cool. All of the things I saw ahead have happened. Fantastic, Arnie. Yeah, Arnie, you are definitely a mystic seer. It's obvious. Just like, where's my frog? There he is. He's got his tinfoil hat on tonight. I was getting the tinfoil out of the kitchen, and my husband walked down and goes, "What are you doing now?" Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Okay. No other questions. I don't see anything else. So let's see, what else can I say to you guys that I haven't already said. I'm going to just kind of talk about, again, just the thoughts for this. I'm going to kind of reiterate all this all over again. So imagine radar love. So it's an invisible signal just beaming out from your heart, right? It's like the vibes of the Golden Earring classic song, where the driver feels an unbreakable pull towards the lover across miles of highway. And maybe that's where some of you guys are at. Maybe some of you are just saying, I can't get to that place anymore. I remember being young and in love, and stuff like that. Or maybe some of you saying, I am young and I can't find love. If that's the case, please just put it in here, and we'll see what's going on with your frequencies and stuff like that. So again, if you truly believe that you are abundant, everything is like a magnet, right? Like attracts like. And so that's where I'm going with this. And it's not just about love. It's about everything in general that we do in life. So if you don't want the static, you don't want the interference, and you don't want doubt and fear, this is not magic. It's alignment. And that's where I'm kind of coming to you guys right now. All right. So anything else? Anybody else out on Rumble that is sitting out there? Come on, this is your last chance. If you're sitting out on Rumble and you say, well, maybe I got a question about my cousin's niece or nephew or something like that. Or why not yourself, right? How many of you actually believe that you can find love first time, second time, third time around, right? Well, there you go. Arnie, you like that hat? Almost looks like a shower cap. That's my Mystic Seer frog. I call him Mystic Seer. All right, so there you guys go. Let's see there. I don't see anybody else out on Rumble. Hope you enjoy this. Let me know. Please do. I mean, I'll continue to do these like this. I came on here really late tonight, so I wanted to see if I get more people. And I'm going to continue to do these 6, 7 o'clock. Buck, how are you doing out there, Buckshot? I know Buck is probably working, and I appreciate Buck being out there. Decoder is out there also. It says, hey, finally got on. The Wi-Fi here sucks. All right. So, Decoder, how are you doing? I'm glad that you're here. And blessings to you and everybody else. Let's see. I'm going to just kind of sit here. Buck says, yep, he is working. Yeah, I kind of figured that, Buck. Good for you, Buck. I know that you're a hard worker and dedicated, and I hope you get all your blessings and dreams that come true to you. All right. I think that's that's also a message for everybody else out there. Thank you. God bless. And we'll see you guys real soon. Take care. Bye now.
Turn the page. Roses bloom where the old road bends. Petals fall where the story ends. Forces rise in the morning light, pushing my heart through the endless night. A golden key in my trembling hand unlocks the truth where the cosmos stand. Scrolls of starlight, they call my name, singing, rise up, it's time to change. Turn the pace, let the fire ignite through the Akashic glow where the soul takes flight. Roses and keys, scrolls of truth in my hands. With the force of forever, I'll dance where I stand. Turn the page, turn the page. The Akashic vault, it's a radiant stream. Scrolls unfurl in a cosmic dream. Every life I've lived, every star I've chased, written in light, no moments erased. Roses red for the love I've known. Forces wild where my heart has grown. Keys to wisdom, they turn in time, unlocking the secrets of this soul of mine. Turn the page, let the fire ignite through the Akashic glow where the soul takes flight. Roses and keys, scrolls of truth in my hands. With the force of forever, I'll dance where I stand. Turn the page, turn the page. Hold the rose, feel the thorns in the flame. Forces surging, they're calling my name. Keys in my pocket, scrolls in the sky. I'm writing my story where the heavens fly. The veil is lifting, the truth's in view. The Akashic light is shining through. With every heartbeat I break the chains, dancing with stars as I turn the page. Turn the page, turn the page, let the fire ignite through the Akashic glow where the soul takes flight. Roses and keys, scrolls of truth in my hands. With the force of forever, I'll dance where I stand. Turn the page, turn the page.